Hey guys, what's up? SethC.art.wright here, and today I'm going to tell you about how and why I invested in the stock market. So, 2 days ago, I invested in the stock market for the first time ever. And the stock market's kind of a daunting thing because it's something that everyone knows exists, but not something that everyone really knows that much about or how to invest in. And I used to think that the stock market was this thing out in New York that people on Wall Street would invest in, people with businesses that are smart and good with money and know tricks and all these different things. But really, it's very easy to invest in and not as risky as you think. First of all, I did not invest in individual stocks. Individual stocks can be kind of risky. It's really hard to bet on the market, whether something goes up or down. And it's a lot of money to put into one thing and hold on to that one hope that it will go up and continue to make you money. On the other hand, I invested in what's called an index fund, which is basically a broad range of stocks, say 500 different stocks at the same time, with the same money that you could invest in one individual stock. And this way, it's much safer and not as risky. I found out about index funds through the book Quit Like A Millionaire by Kristy, Shen, and Bryce Leung, which is a book that I highly recommend you go read or listen to. I got an Audible membership for free. I started a free trial, and they gave me one book for free, so this is the one that I chose, and basically have been listening to it nonstop since. The reason I trust this book so much is because it is extremely thorough. She goes through her entire thought process, her whole mindset, through all her ups and downs, through when she's binge buying purses, which is crazy, to saving money, to making money, to investing, to losing money in the stock market, to doing research and math. And it also includes a PDF, which is 84 pages long with graphs, charts, statistics, math, appendices, everything. Essentially, it's extremely thorough. But also because it's a personal account of what she did coming from a poor family in China, getting into a good career field, being smart, investing her money, and overall not being risky. And this is not one of those speculative self-help books which tells you how she invested in some stocks really low and then they went up and she got really rich, or how she started some business, or she invented something new or created the next great app. She actually talks about her failures of those in this book. And she really talks about how her and her husband, over a span of almost 10 years, saved their money, invested it, and are now watching it grow. Anyways, just read or listen to the book. I promise it'll be worth your time. Link in the description below if you want to go to Amazon and either purchase it or go to Audible and get it for free. This book is where I learned about index funds, which, like I said before, is basically a giant handful of stocks that you can invest in rather than just one. So instead of investing, let's say, $1,000 in one stock or one company, I can invest $1,000 across 500 different stocks or 500 companies, and that way I can guarantee my money will never go down to zero. In fact, the stock market averages a return rate of 7%, which can be seen if you just go to Google, type in average return rate of the stock market, you'll see 7%, sometimes even higher. But this includes the highs and the lows of the stock market. So 7% seems pretty good to me. So essentially, this rate of return, paired with the fact that investing in index funds is kind of like investing in the entire market, is why we are deciding to invest in the stock market in the first place. Anyways, there are lots of different indexes to buy in on and track, so I suggest you do a lot more research before you decide to invest. And I'll go ahead and name the big one out there. The biggest index fund in the US is the S&P 500, or the Standard & Poor 500. This tracks the top 500 companies in the US and is kind of a self-cleansing process. Essentially, if, let's say, Apple starts doing really, really well and its price is going way up, the S&P 500 will automatically invest more shares into Apple rather than other companies who are not doing as well. And the same as vice versa. If a company is not doing as well, it will take shares out of those and put them in other places. And as far as the bottom of the list goes, let's say the number 500 company of the top 500, if it ever hits 501, it will get kicked off the list and the next best company will replace it. So essentially, index funds are kind of awesome. So I've essentially told you why we invested in the stock market. Investing in index funds, it's a broad way. It's not as risky. It has a really good return rate. So now I want to talk about the how to actually do this, open an account, because I looked on YouTube and several different places, and I guess I just didn't look hard enough, but I couldn't find anyone that just showed you how to open an account and put your money into it and buy a share. I guess no one has thought to do that. So here we go. I'm not going to go into which specific indexes we invested in, but I will tell you which service we chose and why. I chose to set up my account through Vanguard for two main reasons. They've been around for a long time and are more established, and they have very low fees while offering the same indexes I want to buy. You can choose other brokerages like Robinhood or Fidelity, but as for me and my family, we will serve the Lord. And we went with Vanguard. I have to say we are not affiliated with Vanguard in any way in terms of referrals or anything. I'm simply saying that this is the service we went with, friend to friend. Now, how you can do this is extremely easy, and here's the steps I took to open my account and get started. Step 1. Go to Vanguard's website. 2. Choose the Personal Investors option from their main website. Then, scroll and find the button that says Open Your Account. Click that button. Click again on Open a New Account. Choose whether you want to transfer funds or simply do a transfer from your bank. From there, simply answer the questions provided and set up your account and how much you want to start investing. So that's basically it. Just go to the website, open an account, and get started. Of course, buying indexes and stocks, you may want to do some research before you do that, because what I buy may not be what you want to buy or invest in, and vice versa. So definitely do some research before you invest. And also, I would like to say that Robinhood and Fidelity, I don't know if they have the same kind of process, if it's as easy. So I would probably ask someone who has one of those accounts, or maybe just search if they have any fees or etc. And that's basically it, guys. That is how and why we invested in the stock market. If you have any questions, please ask. Any comments, I would enjoy a comment. I would appreciate it. And I'll be making a couple other videos, hopefully on the difference between ETFs and mutual funds. That's pretty basic, but something that's pretty important. And also what exactly the indexes that we invested in and why. So if you want to see upcoming videos, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video or found this information helpful, please give it a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.